If someone tells you that your bottle beehive is too revolutionary or not based on established beekeeping principles, then they are showing their ignorance of the Warre hive. I'm going to show you the similarities and differences between your bottle beehive and the Warre hive. Warre hives were devised by Emil Warre roughly 50 years after Langstroth's death. While both use wooden boxes, the philosophy behind the systems are different. Modern Langstroth hives primarily focus on honey production, while Warre's primary focus is on the bees. But let's start with the physical similarities between a Warre hive and a North American bottle beehive. Both have pitched roofs. Both have airspace between the sloped roof and the top bars. The inner volume of both is approximately 5 gallons. Both have a similar sized footprint, a footprint that is smaller than a Langstroth hive. Both are low-cost, low-maintenance designs. Both can use top bars. Frames can be put in the bottle hive, and there are beekeepers who put full frames into Warre beehives as well. Warre hives can have a viewing window. Obviously, the bottle hive has plenty of viewing area. Both have external handles. In both cases, new chambers are added to the bottom, not the top. This results in comb rotation, which is healthier for the long-term benefit of the hive, and there is less opportunity for buildup of toxins in reused comb. The size roughly mimics a tree trunk cavity. Warre had to compromise on the shape, but you don't have to. In fact, there's an Aussie couple making octagon Warre hives that more closely resembles the shape of a tree trunk than the square hives that Warre devised. Neither make use of a honey extractor. Both produce less honey than a Langstroth, and both the Warre and the bottle beehive systems are based on a philosophy of letting the bees manage themselves. This means both are easier to manage, require less work, and are less intrusive. Minimal equipment is required. Emil Warre considered all but one piece of beekeeping equipment optional. He only advised veils to be kept on hand for those that were not able to overcome their fear of being around the bees. In bottle beekeeping, the amount of equipment and the timing of those purchases is left up to you, the beekeeper. The equipment brings us to the differences. Emil Warre considered one piece of equipment essential, a smoker. This is required because of the surface area exposed when adding an additional box. Even the smoker could be optional in bottle beekeeping. The surface area exposed when hives are open is 144 square inches for a Warre hive. A bottle hive has a maximum of 91 square inches, with less than 2 square inches required for many operations when the bees are present. In normal operation, the only time you would open the 91-inch opening of the bottle when bees are present is if there is a problem in the brood chamber or if your state bee inspector wants to get inside. It's easier to split hives with bottles. Warre hives have thicker walls than bottle or Langstroth for that matter. Bottle hives make up for this by a layer of insulation. It's harder to locate parts for a Warre hive in North America. Of course, the bottle system is based on readily available, low-cost parts. Warre top bars are traditionally set 1/64th of an inch farther apart than in our bottles. Overall, bottle beekeeping is an extension of Warre's hive philosophy, a low-maintenance, low-contact honey production system that anyone could build without the need for expensive tools or beekeeping equipment. The primary difference is the hive body exterior material, something not readily available to Emil Warre during his lifetime. He wouldn't have liked the R-value of our plastic shell, but that can be solved with modern closed-cell foam insulation. In exchange, we get the educational benefit of a functional observation hive. I would like to thank Jordan Schwartz for the pictures of his Warre hive and Alex Jasper for the pictures of his octagon hive. Their links are in the description below.